Yo, what up, YouTube? It's me, Lagger on the beat, Lagger Productions, better known. Today is gonna be my first tutorial YouTube. It's probably gonna suck, but I'm gonna give my shot at it. You know, better start now than later. So I'm just gonna do a tutorial on arranging your beats. A lot of people got fire-ass beats, but really don't know how to arrange them that well. A couple people have asked me about how to do it, and then I get a compliment every now and then, but I feel like I understand arrangement of beats pretty well. So if you're interested and you want to learn something a little new, watch the video. If not, fuck you. And if anything, subscribe. Alright, now back to the beat. Let's just say I don't have any of this. Start scratch. So first pattern being the melody. So here's the melody by itself. Alright, so the way this works is I like to work by bars. So like, let's say this is 4 bars right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then boom, you start another 4. Sometimes you can bring the drums in right here to kind of get the beat started. But if you want to build the beat up, which this is a tutorial about, you want to work on arranging your beat to give it more energy, to bring in better drops, to transition your sound from just a melody to adding drums. You know, you wanna fucking bulk your shit up basically. So on my second pattern, I got an 808. Super simple. So obviously I don't want to have that playing right off the bat. You can. It really just depends on how you want it, but this is how I do it. So usually I'll keep the 808 out past that 8 bar mark that I mentioned. So it's the 4, it's the 8 bars. Now we're at the one after that. You know what I mean? We're moving on. So I'm gonna highlight the melody, copy and paste it essentially. And if you got comments on how to make that shit quicker, copy and pasting, I'm still learning how to do this shit. I just know how to use FL Studios on another way, I guess. But anyways, I got my hi-hats and open hat. Super simple shit. So like I said, you want to build your beat up. So like, here's the 4 bars. Maybe after the 4 bars, like I said, drums could come in. Maybe not bring the 808 in. Maybe you can bring your hi-hats in, which is typically what I'll do. And then I'll, fill them in right there. Then the next thing I got is just, a clap and a snare. So same thing with the percussion. After the 4 bar mark, I'm going to bring those snares and that clap in and then see how that works, because right here, melody, percussion, and then drums, the 808, and then past this mark, I can add the kicks. But I just want to show you a simple way of how building a melody. So, or building a beat. Sorry. Alright, so already you can kind of start your drums off like that. So one thing that I typically will do right before 808 or some kicks hit is I'll cut off my percussion or any drums right before that hits. And what I mean by that is like, I'm not going to take the melody out, and I'm not going to take all of this out. I'm just going to grab this edge right here, click it, and drag it over. One little bar. And if you need to zoom in, you can. You can do it even smaller. You can do it like that. It's depending on who you are and how you want it to sound. So I'm going to do the same thing with that. And so right here, the drums will stop, and it gives it a better drop. Just listen. it's not much, but it's a little different. You know, it'll kind of help you boost up your drops. It'll help your shit be more energetic in a sense. Another trick that I'll do is so I got the 808 started. You kind of want to fuck with it and make it like different. You don't want to have the shit playing over and over because it's boring. So this is another trick I'll do. The razor option, I'll take it right under. So here's where the 808 starts. It's usually after, what is that, 2 bars. And I'll go to the top, on the top of the melody, and I'll drag it all the way down to the bottom. Okay? Then you click back on your paintbrush, and then I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna cut out the drums and see how that sounds right there. Because that will give it also another kind of like, you know, some more energy. And you see, you know, little subtle differences like that. And then, like, for me, I'm going to go back and show you one more thing that I usually do. This is going to be something that I usually add at the end of the beat. So I go to my main mixer, master. As you can see, nothing's EQ'd or anything like that. This is just my first tutorial on arrangement, nothing else. So I'll go to gross beat, and I guess you can say this is a gross beat tutorial. And then I have my little secret sauce that I use, but this is just a preset on here that everybody can use. And it's the vinyl off on the momentary presets. So then you just hit vinyl off, boom. You can listen to it and see how it sounds, but I know how it sounds, so I'm just gonna get straight to it. So right over here on the side of the gross beat effect, there's a green little light. So just right click it, and right here it's gonna say create automation clip. Create it, and you look down here, and it's gonna be right there. This is the automation clip. So what you wanna do for this to only come in at the right times instead of throughout the whole beat is you can drag this down, you go to the other side, drag it down. So now technically the effect is turned off. So if you want to turn it on, I'm going to turn it on right here, right before that 808 comes in. So you got to right click, this little thing will pop up. Then you right click on the, oops, go back. Right click on the top right there. Don't delete it like I just did. And then right click on that top, and then right click here. So if anything, this is a whole bar. I'm breaking a whole bar apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this last bar is going to have an effect to it. Now see, that kind of sounded funky right there. So maybe you want to like start it over, and then I'm pretty sure now it's going to sound right. Perfect. That's exactly what it's supposed to sound like. Sometimes when you like play the shit right here and then it goes into the effect, it can have a delay. Gross beat does that with most of its effects if you fuck with it while you're, I don't know. Anyways, so that's another little trick. The secret sauce that I do for my beat, you know, I don't give a fuck if anybody knows. I'm sure everybody else does this shit somewhere else, so who gives a fuck? I'm gonna give it to you. So I go to gross beat again. I go right here to the bottom settings, and it is on 1/3 BT gate. Okay, and then the volume knob right here, I tend to bring that right there, so it's not like full effect. And once again, right click the green little dot, look back here, turn off the effect, and I only want it to come in with the basically the record stop sound, the vinyl off, and they're gonna play at the same time, and it gives it a crazier effect. So. All right, So yeah, once again, thank you for checking in. I hope you learned a little something on the tutorial I just gave you. I learned something that it's really not that easy to give tutorials. So in the comments, if you want to put anything, you want to roast me, I'm fucking all for it. But that's the first tutorial. I'll be checking in again, maybe to show you how to make probably an Astro World type beat, Travis Scott type beat. I tend to gravitate towards shit like that, but I'll also do Little Baby and Gunna and any suggestions you guys have. Thanks for checking out the video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button. If not, hit the subscribe button for sure. And peace.